Your brain right now is doing something it has always done, finding patterns in noise. It cannot help it, and that one fact explains almost everything about why conspiracy theories exist. It isn't about intelligence. It isn't about education. The brain that builds a conspiracy theory is the same brain that builds science. Both start in the exact same place. Tonight, we are going to follow that pattern, all the way into the neuroscience of why you believe what you believe. And the answer is not comfortable, but it is fascinating. Deep inside your brain is a system so powerful it has a name: apophenia, the tendency to perceive meaningful connections between unrelated things. It is not a flaw, it is a feature. An infant in a dark room hears two sounds in sequence, and immediately, the human brain was never designed to accept randomness. It was designed to find the agent behind everything. For 100,000 years, the cost of missing a real pattern, a predator in the grass, was death. The math of survival made apophenia inevitable. Neuroscience has found something remarkable. Uncertainty does not just feel uncomfortable, it registers in the brain as physical pain, activating the same neural pathways as a burn or a blow. This is why the moment a conspiracy theory provides an answer, any answer, it does not just feel satisfying, it feels like relief. Like the pain of not knowing has been chemically resolved. Your brain has a system neuroscientists call the agency detection device. It is always running, and it is biased in one specific direction. It assumes that effects have intentional causes. Show a human brain static noise long enough and it will find a face. Show it clouds and it finds animals. Show it a random sequence of events and it finds a plan. This is not madness. Researchers call this the intentionality bias. Presented with a complex outcome, a war, a financial crash, a disease, the brain strongly prefers an explanation involving intention over one involving chance. Psychologists have found that when people feel a loss of control in their job, their relationships, or even their country, their perception of patterns in random images measurably increases. The brain compensates. Someone once interrupted a researcher mid-lecture and said, "If this is all just brain chemistry, then how do we know anything is really true?" The researcher smiled and said, that neuroscientists have identified something they call the need for cognitive closure. It is not a personality quirk. It is a measurable neurological drive toward explanations. Here is what the need for cognitive closure costs. It makes people dramatically less comfortable with ambiguous evidence, the final one. And that is how certainty becomes delusion. Research consistently shows conspiracy belief is not predicted by low intelligence or low education, high need for uniqueness, high feelings of powerlessness, and there is another force neuroscience identifies: belonging. Sharing a belief, any belief, with a group, conspiracy theories are not just explanations, they are communities. Motivated reasoning, the brain's mechanism for evaluating new evidence not on its merits but on whether it confirms an existing belief. Neuroscientists can watch it happen in real time. Studies found something that stopped researchers cold. When people are shown evidence directly contradicting a false, they believe it more strongly afterward. Not less, more. This is why. Because belief is not just information stored in memory. Belief is identity architecture. To change a belief is, neurologically, to partially dismantle the. Can you name a belief you hold for a very long time? Conspiracy theories so cognitively seductive. They are built around anomalies. And the human brain is specifically, profoundly, evolutionarily thrilled by anomalies. The brain does not actually prefer simple explanations. Studies show it prefers explanations with just enough complexity to feel earned. Explanations that feel like they. Researchers identified another cognitive signature: proportionality bias. The brain instinctively feels that large events require large causes. That feels too small, too random.
There is one more mechanism that makes conspiracy beliefs grow stronger rather than weaker over time: the illusory truth effect. Things heard repeatedly become more believable.
This is the hardest part. Every mechanism that makes conspiracy thinking possible, pattern seeking, agency detection, motivated reasoning, the need for closure, is also. Researchers have identified what separates scientific thinking from conspiracy thinking. It is not intelligence, it is one specific practice, actively seeking evidence that could prove you wrong. The brain that can tolerate uncertainty, that can hold a question open without closing it prematurely, is not a different kind of brain. It is the same brain, trained deliberately over time. Neuroscientists call it intellectual humility, and it shows up in brain scans as a measurable state, a distinct neural signature. It is not modesty. It is.
After a long silence, Priya answered the question. She said, "I used to believe that if I worked hard enough, outcomes would be fair." And then she said, I'm still not completely over that one.
The truth is, everyone has a belief that the evidence does not fully support, not because they are irrational, but because the brain is always doing the math of belonging, safety, and meaning, at the same time as the math of evidence.
So the next time you encounter someone deep in a conspiracy theory, do not think, "and it found a pattern," stop. That is deeply, universally human.
The conspiracy theory is not the enemy. The pattern-seeking brain is not the enemy. The enemy, if there is one, is the belief that certainty is the same thing as truth.
Your brain built its first pattern, and in every moment right now, while you watch this, still running, still connecting, still searching for meaning in the noise.
The next time you catch yourself in a pattern, a connection that feels inevitable, pattern is wrong, but because the pause is the most human thing the brain can do.
You are not just your patterns. You are the mind that notices them. And noticing, genuinely, honestly, with curiosity rather than fear, human brain has ever built.